Hello everybody, it's Brian for GadgetUnit.com, and in this video I'll be taking a look at a couple of flip cases for the iPhone 5 and 5S. These two come courtesy of a company called Labato, and I would like to thank them for sending these over to me for review. So in the left box I have a blue flip case, and in the right box I have a black genuine leather flip case. That one's just $13.50 on Amazon with Prime, so that's kind of nice. While the blue one is a little bit more money at $15.99. I use the black one for most of my testing, so I'll go ahead and show you the blue one briefly first. This is the packaging that it comes in. It's a pretty simple and straightforward box, which I like. Inside the packaging though, all you get is the case itself, no extras, so no screen protector or cleaning cloth or anything like that. Let me go ahead and get this packaging out of the way and show you the blue version of this case. So this is what it looks like. You can see that we do have a couple of cutouts. This top one lets you see the time and date, while the bottom one lets you access the slide to unlock bar. I don't really find this one useful because if you're going to unlock your phone using this bar, you might as well just open the cover and do it so you could see everything else at once. The top one though is really useful. That's kind of nice and handy. There's also a little square at the bottom resembling the home button of the iPhone, so you could push this down to turn on your screen so that you can see the clock at the top. Of course, at the top we do have a cutout for the earpiece. Let me go ahead and install the iPhone 5 real quick into the case, like so. And now it is nicely installed. So it fits fairly well on into the right side of the case, so it's not going to be falling out anytime soon. So in terms of protection, this one handles things quite well. Go ahead and push the home button. You can see the time at the top works just fine. And this case is made for iOS 7, so while the top cutout is pretty well aligned with the clock, the bottom one for the slide to unlock bar, not so much. Taking a quick tour, on the left side the volume up and down buttons are covered, but you can still feel and press them just fine. There's quite a bit of feedback actually, so that's nice. For the silent switch, you'll probably want to open the front cover to switch it whenever you need to. At the top, it's completely exposed, so you can access your power button very easily. The bottom is also exposed, so you have access to everything down there. On the back, we do have a pill-shaped cutout for your camera area, and at the bottom we do have a nice metal finish, sort of a Labato logo. So that's the blue one. I will say that the front flap here does move around a little bit, but to me it's not really that big of an issue. When it's in your pocket, it'll probably move around. Not too sure how much that's going to affect longevity, but while it's in your pocket, not too big of a deal. Of course, when you're actually operating this, you're not going to really worry about that, since it's either going to be open like this momentarily, or the front cover is going to be flipped back like this. So that was a quick look at the blue one. It would have been nice if they had some sort of clasp, like a magnetic clasp that came up and onto the front to keep this closed and properly aligned. It's a little bit disappointing. That's really my only con about this case. Let's go ahead and take the blue one off, and I'll show you the black one. And again, the black one is what I've been using most of the time. And personally, I don't really use these flip cases at all, just because I think that the flip mechanism would sort of get in the way of usability and quickness, I guess you can say. So let me give you a close-up look at the black one. Here it is. The smell of this and the blue case is just really nice. It's a really cool smell. If that makes any sense. You obviously can't smell things through video, unfortunately. Maybe someday that will show up. Inserting the case is exactly the same. Fits fairly well into the right side. And this is what it looks like with the black one. Seems pretty classy and professional. Like I said, personally I wasn't really a fan of flip cases like this, but really opening and closing this front cover, there's something sort of satisfying about doing this. I thought that it would get annoying after a while, but I never found myself getting angry at having to do this all the time, because I really do use the home button feature to get the time quite a bit, so this cutout at the top is pretty useful. The bottom one not so much, as I mentioned earlier. The earpiece here is nicely in line, so if you're on a phone call and you have this front cover closed, phone calls are going to work just fine. Of course, you could flip this back all the way and use it like that as well. One sort of undocumented feature that I've noticed is that you could probably use the front cover as a little stand here. So when you have it at a steep angle, it's a pretty stable setup, but as you decrease the angle a little bit, it's just not going to work as well. Of course, it also depends on the surface. The more rougher the surface, the better your phone should be able to stand up at not so steep of angles. So this black one is a really nice case. Again, on the black one, the front moves around a little bit, but really you're not going to notice that when you're using this case. So to me, it's not that big of a deal. Given that the black one is just $13.50, that's actually a really good price for this particular case. It's a quality case, it looks good, smells good. The features are there, except for a little clasp mechanism to keep the front cover closed, but that's sort of a minor issue, at least to me. Maybe you might be a little more discouraged by that, but go ahead and leave a comment below if you are. But I've really been enjoying this case. I like it way more than I thought it would, so if you're interested in picking this or the blue model up, they're really cheap, between $13.50 and $15.99 on Amazon. I'll put full links as to where you can pick this case or these cases up down below in the description. But that's it with the video. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback about this or anything else, feel free to leave those down below in the comments area. But that's it with the video. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you all in a couple of days.